Hello everybody, Lurgs here, welcome to my channel, and today the Beko dishwasher, what to do if it's not draining water. Right, let's get cracking. Today we'll be checking the filter, cleaning out any debris, running a dishwasher cleaning cycle. This will hopefully fix your issue. If not, we will then check the drainage hose, check the drainage pipework, and then have a lovely cup of tea. What you're going to need today is your partner's toothbrush.
No, have you been using my toothbrush for cleaning the dishwasher?
No. A bucket or a tray to catch any water, a sponge or a wet and dry vacuum cleaner, some hot soapy water and a kettle. Before you start, it's important to switch off the dishwasher at the mains and also unplug it. This is the Beko dishwasher here, which hasn't been draining water correctly. And I'm just going to remove the lower basket here. I can already see that there's a bit of standing water in there. Yeah, there we go. So take a nice big sponge, a car sponge will do, and have a bucket nearby and just start draining the water into the bucket. Now you can remove the lower spray arm, it just unclips. We give that a wash later on, make sure it's not blocked up, and just get rid of as much water as you can with your giant sponge before we go ahead and remove the filter and check for any debris inside there. And this is the Beko dishwasher filter here. What you do is you gently turn it anti-clockwise. Now it might be stiff if there's lots of debris in here, and then lift it outwards. Now this filter isn't too bad, but you might find if you haven't cleaned it for a while, it'll be full of lots of gunk and debris. Then just lift up this mesh cover and turn it over. This has got lots of debris on it and we'll give that a clean shortly. And you can see here we've got lots of standing water and lots of globules of fat and debris and bits of food. So this is not going to help when the dishwasher is trying to drain away the water. Take a sponge and then just get rid of any water inside the filter area and make sure you get out as much water as possible. Whilst I'm doing that, there's a link above now about how to fix sticking curtains on your curtain rails. That is a really good tip. Now this one is pretty disgusting and I can already see the problem here. We've got lots of debris down the bottom, and also it looks like down here we've got a bit of debris. And what is this? This is one of these rubber feet that you get on one of the metal hot plates. So that is not going to do the impeller any good when it's trying to drain the water. To get the final bits out, you can use a wet and dry vac, or if you've got a turkey baster, you can use that. If not, just carry on using your sponge or your partner's toothbrush.
No.
Where this toothbrush is going is where the impeller is, so make sure there's no debris inside there, which stops the drainage propeller spinning round. I'll skip all this footage, but what you need to do is make sure you get out every single bit of debris so it's nice and clean and in spotless condition. Now I'm just going to clean the filter, which just pops out of the inside. This one is actually pretty good, but if you've got lots of debris on that gauze, then just give that a good clean. Just going to clean the mesh cover as well, and my glamorous assistant is doing that for me. Make sure that the lower spray arm is not blocked up just by pouring some water in it and tipping it either way. These are all spotlessly clean, now ready to go back in. This mesh gauze just sits on the top. We'll just put the inner filter into the outer filter. Now the inner lugs here clip into the outside of the outer filter here. So you just push that down and it should just clip into place. This one seems to have shrunk a tiny bit and won't clip in, but it should clip into place and hold that inner filter in place. Then you've got these grooves on the bottom. So what you do is just lower it in, and then opposite of what we did before. So you're lowering it in and then twisting it clockwise about 45 degrees so it locks into position. And when it's locked into the correct position, the arrows here should line up and you'll feel it lock in. There we go, so those two arrows are lining up. Fabulous. You'll notice that inner filter has worked its way loose again. I'll try to clip that back into position before I put the basket back in. Remember to put the lower spray arm back in. This literally just pushes down and clips in. And I've got my dishwasher cleaner here. Remember to plug the dishwasher back in and switch it on. Just peel the sticker off of the lid on the top. Don't ever try and remove the lid. Then just lay it face down in one of the plate trays. Push the basket back in. And then select the hottest dishwasher program that you've got. This one is number 4, intensive 65 degrees. And just let the dishwasher do its thing. This will normally take a couple of hours, and this will keep your dishwasher hygienically fresh and hopefully clear any small blockages. If you live in a property where you can get outside to see the drainage, make sure you do this. And this is the drainage here on this particular dishwasher. This is actually draining perfectly. And this is a few hours later after the dishwashing cleaning program, and this is smelling absolutely fabulous. But if your dishwasher is still not draining water properly, then it could be you've got a blockage in your drainage pipework, and that is the next step that we'll be doing now. What you will need to do is pull out your dishwasher. Now these are relatively easy to pull out, they're not too heavy, they're not like a washing machine, so just wiggle it left and right and pull it out so you've got easy access. Don't go mad pulling it out really quickly, because obviously you've got the cold water inlet feed and the drainage hose. And this is the drainage hose here from the back of the dishwasher, which goes out into the drainage pipework. Now this particular one isn't very good, because normally you have a U-bend on it to catch any blockages. Now this one looks like it goes straight out into the drainage system. What we'll do is we'll just pull out the drainage hose from the dishwasher. Have your bucket ready in case there's lots of dirty water coming out of here. But there shouldn't be, as long as you keep it high up. But as soon as you lower it down, you may get some excess water out. So make sure you've got a bucket handy. This one isn't too bad, but what you're doing is you're looking for any blockages inside here. I'm just going to give this a quick clean with a hot soapy sponge. But this drainage pipework is not blocked up, so that's good. Now I'm going to check the drainage pipework. Now if you can't get in to actually look at this, the best way to do this is set your camera on your phone to video with the LED light on and just have a look down there and film it. And this one actually looks pretty good. Lots of clear water down the bottom. If there is a blockage, you need to get that cleared out, and there's various different methods of doing that. Now ideally what you should have is one of these U-bends on your drainage pipework. This means that any debris and food and blockages will sit in that U-bend, and then you can take that U-bend off, give it a good clean out and then reinstall it again. So on this particular one, I'm just unscrewing it here. Now depending on who's installed your drainage system pipework, this may be a glued thread, but hopefully it's not, and it should just undo nice and easily. Now on this particular one, again, we've got lots of clear water, so that's good. There's no debris or blockages in here. But if there was lots of blockages, just give that a really good clean and then reinstall it. Whilst I'm doing that, there's a link above now about how to defrost your freezer easily in under 15 minutes. Now if you haven't got a U-bend like this on your dishwasher drainage, you might have your dishwasher plumbed straight in underneath the sink, and that may be into a pipe similar to this. But the same theory applies on your sink. You probably got a U-bend at the bottom here, and what you can do is you can just take that off and check for any blockages and debris and then reinstall that, and then hopefully that has fixed your Beko dishwasher not draining water properly. So just slide the dishwasher back in. Just be careful when you're sliding it back in, make sure you don't kink any of the hoses at the back. This is obviously quite tricky, so just do it nice and gently. If your dishwasher is still not draining water, then it could possibly be a faulty pump. If you're not confident swapping that out, then it's time to call out a dishwasher technician. And now it's time to get the kettle on and have a lovely cup of tea. If you found that video useful, please subscribe by pressing this button down here so you don't miss more videos on how to save you time and money. There's also some other videos around the edges of the screen here. If any of those are useful to you, then you can select those now. Thank you for visiting my channel, everyone. I really appreciate it.